Hey guys, it's Finch here. So I'm gonna bring you guys TDK versus Twixtry. So for those of you that don't know, TDK started off tournament pretty strong. Week one, he was able to emerge victorious, and then following that in week two, he substituted out. Didn't really schedule with Blarg, and finally week three, he was able to win in pretty interesting, convincing fashion against Zachary. He did get lucky with against Hippodon with a critical hit, but he made some really aggressive plays and navigated through what would have been a tough matchup had he not gotten the luck and just took advantage of the circumstances. So, I mean, playing wise, he's been doing great. And Twixtry, on the other hand, had a pretty strong start as well. He's 2-1 now, but he won his first 2 weeks, and he fell just short last week, I believe. I can't remember that game, honestly, but I know he fell short. Anyway, both these guys are pretty respectable opponents. Twixtry's a bit newer to the scene, where TDK is more of a veteran. But looking at the matchup, this one seems pretty good for Twixtry. So we'll have to wait and see here. He's bringing a rain team with Excadrill, Dracovish, Pelipper, of course, Crawdon, Mantine, and Ferrothorn. And on the other side, it looks like TDK is more of a balanced team. Interestingly enough, it has Dugtrio, which is pretty cool. Anyway, on top of that, he has standard fillers such as Clefable, Excadrill, Mandibuzz, Toxapex, and Dragapult. A pretty common Pokemon, so nothing out of the ordinary there. Let's get into the battle. So, in terms of lead, we're going to see the Pelipper from Twixtry, unsurprisingly, and a Clefable from TDK. And he's going to retreat right back to the Ferrothorn, taking 23% from what is definitely a Life Orb Moon Blast. And then Fire Blast, as a follow-up, is going to do 65. But knowing that it's Life Orb, Twixtry wanted to get rid of that Clefable right away. And he goes for Gyro Ball, and it takes it out in one hit. So that's going to be an early lead for Twixtry, but it's going to be a very weakened Ferrothorn for him as well. Mantine's going to come out in here and go for a substitute, interestingly enough. So it's not Specs, but rather it is of the substitute Metronome variety, presumably. And he's unfortunately going to, for TDK, going to Hurricane into the Toxic, so it's going to be a eject button, so it's going to eject it out. And Hurricane is going to get boosted by that Metronome there, and get Confusion, and then 2-hit KO with the Toxapex. Not min-max, it's just like, unfortunately for him, that's how it was. Anyway, he's going to go for a Surf there into the Dragapult, and Dragapult's going to reveal that it's leftovers. And seeing as it's Infiltrator and he's scared of, like, I guess, electric move, he switched on out. But honestly, he could have probably stayed in. I think he lived the Draco from there. Maybe he just wanted to preserve the health. I don't know. Not risk Hurricane missing. That's fine. He resets Rain by going to Pelipper on that Draco Meteor. And then, predicting a switch, TDK is going to U-turn, but the Mantine comes back in there. And then Mandibuzz comes to threaten it out because it could potentially Toxic, Foul Play, Shenanigans, and Trixie's just going to fodder off the Ferrothorn. And now Dracovish comes on in, which almost definitely is going to just pick a kill here with Vicious Rend. And it's going to do just that against the Excadrill, putting Twixtry in a commanding 5-3 position. So it looks pretty good for him. Now he's going to switch out, going to Excadrill here. And Excadrill's going to take a Draco for 36%, so that's shrugged off. And on top of that, it's also going to be leftovers recovery from the Excadrill. Now we're going to see a Will-O-Wisp. As Trixie's just going to trade that from some damage, put it in something like Hurricane range, or eventually in Aqua Jet range from Crawdon. So that's cool. U-turn here, not wanting to go for -2x and take more damage. He's going to go to Dugtrio, and now here's a very interesting turn. The Rain is going to run out, and the Dugtrio is capable of trapping the Excadrill here. However, if you look, you see that the previous Draco on the Pelipper did 75%, leaving 25%. And this could very well be Rocks Dugtrio, as the Excadrill could be Rocks in its own, but we don't really know because it's dead. And the Dugtrio could just run it as a filler move because Choice Band, it always runs Sucker, Stone Edge, Earthquake, but we don't really know what the fourth move. It could be Rocks, could be Memento, could be Reversal, could be all sorts of things, a whole host of potential kind of filler moves that have niche viability. So it could very well be Rocks, and the play from him here, Twixtry, is just to go for the spin here, and so that make sure Rocks don't get up, so he gets Rain back up, so Mantine can outrun things, and Aqua Jet could be in Surf, and Fish's Rend could be stronger. But B, on top of that, it also gives him the speed boost, so he can outrun it next turn and prevent any further shenanigans. Although it would probably be locked into Rocks, but it would also outrun the Dragapult. So yeah, the play here from Twixtry is just to go for the spin here, because killing the Dugtrio doesn't really mean anything. It's not going to trap anything else. But the thing is that TDK in this position, he's pretty much loses if he goes for it. So TDK plays for the choke, and he gets the choke. So now all of a sudden, Rain can't go back up. So Rocks are up for good, assuming he goes Dragapult and threatens with the Hex, and he does just that. That's going to die. And now it's like, oh shit. If you're in Twixtry's position, like, you don't know what to do. So he tries to force the Draco here with the Dracovish, firing that off. His Pelipper's pretty much dead, so he does that, gets the -2 attack. Then he goes Crawdon here. But Crawdon is forced to take a U-turn. And I guess Twixtry predicted the lowest because for knockoff here. So all of a sudden, Twixtry choked, and now it's anyone's game. He goes for foul play, and he's faster, so it's going to take it up from 39. But now the Mantine has an opportunity to sub-roost up. He's going to roost here, but TDK goes for foul play instead of the toxic. Now you see how low he was. In my opinion there, I think TDK should have always went for the toxic there because, wait, this is a 38. You know what? I guess it was a 50-50. Yeah, it was a 50-50 because if he goes for roost on toxic, then he loses. But if he goes for sub on toxic, then he's down at 13. Does Draco do 63? I don't know. I don't think Draco would kill. I guess TDK cocked that out. But yeah, ultimately the game came down to that pretty much because now that he's healed up, he can just sub up. As you see, foul play is not doing up to 25%, so he did like running crits and he's going to be sub here and roost, and eventually he's going to be able to kind of break through just because Mantine has enough PP. And he's actually going to go Dragapult here on a substitute. Maybe he goes for Wisp. He's going to go for a Wisp and miss. Oh, that's unfortunate. But there's going to be a miss on the other side as well. Now TDK is going to go for Draco. And we're going to see it only does 40%. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to do 73%, leaving it quite weakened. Now TDK goes for the Wisp finally. Gets that hit. But it's going to be a bit too late, unfortunately. Mantine is still behind the substitute as it dies. He's going to go for a Surf here and attempts to take it out. And we're going to see a Roost here. Twixtry could really just surf until the sub broke, but I'd advise roosting up here. Now that he's burnt, he can't be toxic though, so that's pretty key. So he doesn't really need to like play as urgently, if you will. Anyway, TDK's seen good game because yeah, the roost PP is still limited, so he really did bring it back in a quite nice fashion, but unfortunately, not going to be enough because Twixtry's still got this Mantine in the back. So despite his kind of misplays, if you will. It's just going to be a futile effort, so I'm going to put it on fast mode, as you'll see here. Hyper fast, why not? We'll go hyper fast, screw it. So yeah, just going to be a matter of just PP stalling out a little bit, just a few turns. But yeah, you'll see eventually he's going to keep roosting, and the PP war favors him. So yeah, keep doing some damage there. Subbing up, roosting up, and you see he has 5 roosts. He only has 3. It's unfortunately it's cut off. But he's also running low on foul play, and he can't toxic. So yeah, and defogs up is useless. So it's gonna favor Twixtry in the long haul. So it's gonna be Twixtry advancing to 3-1 and TDK falling to 2-1, but still a respectable record from both. So it is fair. And Hurricane, toxic. He's out of roost. So yeah, it's a good game. Twixtry's like, yeah, sorry for the heart attack team. I played that bad. He did make that one real big misplay. Besides that, good game. We'll play it. Peace.